the morning.
Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the drama of Genoa City. We are so thrilled to have you here with us as we unpack the latest jaw-dropping moments from our favorite daytime drama. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get right into the thick of it because we have so much to talk about today. I cannot breathe after watching today's episode. I am literally shaking, pacing around my living room, and I just had to sit down and furiously type this all out because I am so overwhelmed with emotions right now. Can we talk about this? I mean, seriously, can we please talk about the absolute masterclass in acting we just witnessed between Melody Thomas Scott and Joshua Morrow? I am in tears. I am absolutely wrecked. I can't believe they actually went there, and I can't believe how raw and visceral it was. Before I even get into the nitty-gritty of what went down, I just have to say that this is the kind of television that reminds me why I have been glued to this show for years. I am so mad, I am so heartbroken, and yet I am completely captivated. But let's set the stage here because the context is everything. Nikki is fresh out of this terrifying surgery to remove the tumor pressing on her optic nerve. Her vision is still incredibly weak. She's dealing with the blurry aftermath, and she is fighting so hard just to adapt to her new reality. She's vulnerable, she's exhausted, and she's trying to reclaim some semblance of independence in a world that has suddenly gone dark and blurry for her. And you know Nikki, she hates feeling weak. She absolutely despises having to rely on Victor or anyone else to navigate her own bedroom. So she's sitting there, trying to be strong, trying to push through the pain and the fear of potentially being blind forever. You can see the exhaustion radiating from her every movement. So in walks Nick. Good old reliable Nick Newman, right, wrong. He comes to visit his recovering mother, putting on this fake, plastered smile, acting like he is just the concerned, loving son checking in on his mom. But we all know the truth. We all know he is spiraling out of control. Joshua Morrow is playing this so perfectly. The subtle twitching, the sweating, the way his eyes keep darting around the room like a trapped animal. He is so tense you could snap him in half like a twig. And I'm just sitting on my couch screaming at the television, "Nikki, look at him, look at your son." But of course, she can't really look at him because her vision is so compromised. She has to rely on her other senses to figure out what is wrong with her boy. And then it happens, the moment that literally stopped my heart. Nikki is just trying to reach for something. I think it was a glass of water or maybe her tissues, and her hand accidentally brushes against Nick's bag. It was such an innocent, accidental movement, but she feels something off. She feels a hidden pocket, or a strange texture, and because she can't see clearly, her hands are doing the investigating. You can see the exact millisecond the confusion turns into suspicion, and then the suspicion turns into sheer, unadulterated terror. She pulls it out. A hidden packet, strong, lethal painkillers. Fentanyl. I mean, my jaw unhinged and hit the floor. The camera zoomed in on her trembling hands holding that packet, and I swear the entire world stopped spinning for a second. Because you have to remember Nikki's history. I've been watching this show for years, and we all know Nikki Newman's agonizing, decades-long battle with the bottle. She knows addiction. She knows the lies, the hiding, the fake smiles, the defensive posturing. She has lived it. She wrote the book on it. So the second she feels those pills, the second she realizes what her golden boy is carrying around, it all clicks. The weird behavior, the tension, the distance. It hits her like a freight train. The panic that washes over her face is just devastating. She realizes that her son, the man who is supposed to be the stable one in the family, is secretly using hard drugs. He is a full-blown addict. And it makes my blood boil because we all know exactly whose fault this is, Matt freaking Clark. I am so sick of that psychopath. Matt literally kidnapped Nick in Las Vegas, tortured him, and forced these highly addictive painkillers down his throat to destroy him from the inside out. Matt wanted to break Nick, to turn him into a junkie so he would ruin his own life and alienate his entire family. And it worked. It actually worked. And I hate it so much. Matt played his sick psychological games, and now Nick is carrying around fentanyl like it's breath mints. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take a breath. Okay, back to the point. The point is, Nick is a victim here, but he is also making the active choice to hide it and keep using, even after he escaped Vegas and got back home. He has had so many chances to come clean. Victor tried to confront him. Adam tried to help him. Sharon literally walked in on him high out of his mind in a trashed room. And every single time, Nick lied. He looked the people he loves in the eye and lied. So what does Nikki do? Does she wait? Does she call Victor to handle the heavy lifting? Nope, because Nikki is a fierce mama bear and she doesn't back down. Despite her fragile health, despite the fact that she can barely see the face of the son she is talking to, she confronts him right then and there. She doesn't mince words. She holds up that packet and she demands the truth, and the sheer power in her voice. It wasn't just anger, it was the agonizing, gut-wrenching pain of a mother who realizes her child is dancing with death. What is this, Nicholas? What is this? I'm getting chills just typing it out. She cornered him beautifully. Of course, Nick immediately goes on the defensive. He tries to lie. He tries to snatch it back, stammering out some pathetic excuse about how they aren't his, or he just needed them for the pain from his injuries, or he has it completely under control. Oh my God, the classic addict defense. I have it under control. Yeah, right, Nick. Remember when Victor tried to stage an intervention and Nick lied right to his face saying he was fine and go into meetings? He thinks he can pull the wool over everyone's eyes. But didn't work then either. And it definitely is not going to work on Nikki. You cannot BS a seasoned BSer. And Nikki knows every trick in the addict playbook. Nikki just shatters his defenses. She refuses to let him lie to her. She starts crying. But they aren't weak tears. They are tears of absolute resolve. She tells him she loves him too much to watch him die. She forces him to look at what he is doing to himself, to his family, to Summer and Noah. She breaks him down until he finally cracks. Nick just collapses into himself, the tough guy facade crumbling into a million pieces, and he admits it. He admits he's addicted. He admits he can't stop. He admits the fentanyl is the only thing keeping the nightmares of Matt Clark away. It was such a tragic, beautiful, heartbreaking scene. I was sobbing right along with them. But now the big question is, what is Nikki going to do next? Is she going to use coercive measures to force him into rehab? You bet she will. I am calling it right now. Nikki is not going to just suggest he get help. She is going to mandate it. She knows that if she lets him walk out of that room with a promise to do better, he will be high again within the hour. I wouldn't be surprised if she literally locks him in a room at the ranch or hires Victor's security team to physically drag him to a luxury rehab facility. She has to use tough love. It is a matter of life and death, and Nikki Newman is not going to attend her son's funeral. She will fight dirty if she has to. I know some people are loving this dark Nick era. I see the forums, I see the group chats. People are saying it makes Nick more interesting, that he's been too boring and perfect for too long, and that this edgy, drug-addicted Nick is great television. And yeah, I get that. It is a massive departure from his usual Boy Scout routine, but personally, it is just too painful to watch. I hate seeing him suffer like this. I hate seeing Matt Clark win. I want the old Nick back, the protector, the hero. But I also know that you have to hit rock bottom before you can climb back up. And maybe Nikki finding his stash is exactly the rock bottom he needed to hit. And can we just pause for a second and think about what is going to happen when Victor finds out about this specific confrontation? Victor is going to lose his absolute mind. He already suspected Nick was using, and he already tried to intervene, but to know that Nick brought fentanyl into Nikki's recovery room, while she is recovering from brain surgery. Oh, Victor is going to unleash hell, but I also think Victor is going to be incredibly proud of Nikki for handling it. Despite their current marital issues and their separation over the Patty Williams scandal, Victor knows how strong Nikki is. But seriously, the Newman family is just a complete disaster zone right now. Every single one of them is fighting a different war. So where do we go from here? I predict Nick is going to fight the rehab. He's going to kick and scream. But Nikki is going to stand her ground. She might even threaten to cut him off from his kids if he doesn't get clean. It's going to be brutal, ugly, and incredibly emotional. I am dreading it, but I am also absolutely here for it because I know the acting is going to be top tier. I just needed to vent about this because no one else in my real life understands why I am crying over a soap opera at midnight. Am I the only one who feels this deeply about the Newmans? Let me know I'm not crazy. What an episode! Just, wow.